Radio.
They're coming.
Fitzy and Whipper.
Their focus is extremely short.
How have I even got a job here?
On Nova.
It's Leno and Jess here from the Fitzy and Whipper team, and thank you for listening, podcast listeners. Thank you for being subscribers, but there is more content that you can get your noggins around. And that's on our socials, at Fitzy and Whipper. There's TikTok, there's Instagram, there's Facebook.
Do we have a LinkedIn page?
I don't know. That's usually for when people need jobs.
That's true. Well, the boys might if they keep up their current content delivery.
Yep, that's right. So if you can go there and you'll be able to see the headline off, for instance, which is one that we did today.
Or you might be able to see Song, which makes it back again. Or you might be able to see the boys ask our callers a very important question. What was your awkward first kiss story?
Yeah.
And Leno, if you don't have one, you're a liar.
It was outside Year 9 science class.
Oh, and how is that teacher?
Fitzy and Whipper.
I want to kick off the show this morning with dodgy carnies. If you've got a story of a dodgy carny, I mean, you can go into the running straight away for that great price, $13.24.10. I am fascinated by carnival workers.
Oh, you know what, mate? I knew one, and his whole family had been carnies as well. And then he got into radio and started working on the Fitzy Whipper show. His name's Leno. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, how you going?
Well, your family's from the circus.
Well, that's one. I think circus is one step up from carny.
Do you?
It is.
In the rank of carny?
See,
It's a small step.
Yeah, because carnies rides, isn't it, more than
Yes, it
circus
is.
folk?
When I think of a carny, I think of the guys on the back of the Dodgem cars.
Yes.
Yeah.
That if you get into trouble, they come over and spin your steering wheel and you get out of trouble.
Awesome.
Those guys.
Clean living.
They remind me of... if you've ever been to Thailand before, and I'm exactly the same, I can sit at a restaurant and watch the razor dogs all day long. The dogs that have to go out and fend for themselves, they're like carny workers.
They are a bit. What a comparison.
Well, no.
Some of them will end up working at the Easter show.
Well, we got into a fight with a carny when we were teenagers at the Royal Easter Show because we went on the ghost ride and one of them took my gag magic bag. Stupid move by me to take my show bags onto the ghost ride. But I got off and one of my show bags was missing, and there was a group of them laughing over in the corner.
Oh,
there was nothing I could do.
You took your gag bag on the ride,
Yes.
and then halfway through the scary ride, did a vampire lean over into the cart and grab your bag?
Do you know on the ghost ride, there's always someone that comes out and jumps out in front of you and goes, ah! And that's the freakiest bit of all. Took my gag magic bag at the same time.
That's not fair. Did you ever see that whoopee cushion again? Did you ever see that fake vomit again, mate? Or were you at home crying?
It was worth every penny, mate. It was worth every penny. This is up in Brunswick Heads. There's a carnival up there, and the carnies are in a fair bit of trouble. Now, I can understand this because people get stuck into the carnies sometimes, especially the high school kids. So a group of teenagers were throwing water bottles. The carnies were saying that the water bottles were filled with urine. So they spat the dummy. There's footage that has come out overnight of a group of carnies beating up some 15-year-old kids because of it. Went too far. You know what? I can understand if someone's going to throw a water bottle full of wee at you.
Yeah, that really ramps up. Did no one smell it to see?
Well,
Sarah, you should. I mean, if it's that colour, you should never throw urine at a carny, and it has
100%.
low impact because they already smell like that. So
That's terrible.
doesn't really do anything. You just don't want to mistake it for a light beer. That's your concern. I've seen that happen before.
Only time I ever got in a fight, an actual fist fight, was when someone did that. It was threw a bucket of urine at me.
Sorry, mate.
Oh, that's a bad wet T-shirt comp.
It is. It was. We were doing the, the 100 club at uni, right? You do 100 shots of beer in 100 minutes. Well, there was a guy who was going quite well, but it turns out he had a bucket under the table and he was urinating because as soon as you've got to go to the toilet, you have to step out. And I called him out on it. I said, "You've got a bucket under there," and he's picked it up and he's tipped it over me. I have never hit a person in my life, bar that gentleman.
Wow. And you locked him, did you?
Absolutely. Well, you just at first you're shocked that you've just had urine, and then you're annoyed that you've just had urine thrown at you.
And then were you on the Gravitron that day working, or were you on the Superloop?
Yeah, jump in, jump on.
Guys and girls, jump on for the honest one. So guys, girls, jump in, jump on the sun.
Tommy, we tried to track her down, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we wanted to find her love or...
I mean, where would you start? Really?
The Easter show.
Do you know,
What
we
you
did a
stop?
thing. We did something horrible once on radio. It wasn't this show, but Tom, you would have been around for this. It was
There's
at
not...
another
I don't know if
network,
you should mention this.
And it was called Kiss a Carnie.
Oh, that's
Now,
times have
two-
changed, mate.
Two women came in. Two women came in. And you had to see how long you could kiss the carnie for to win the tickets.
They're
And
humans too, mate.
That's stinks.
when I say kiss the carnie, it's tongue, it's everything. But the problem was this guy looked a bit like Steve Price, but a dirty Steve Price. He looked a bit like a pug. And
How
This
many
guy-
groups can you offend?
this guy was making out with these girls, and these respectable women were kissing this carnie for Taylor Swift tickets or something like that. And all you could hear, like the microphone was right next to the carnie, all you could hear was...
Oh, stop.
Johnny guys and girls, jump in,
It
jump on.
was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. I nearly threw a bucket of urine over them.
And then Steve Price got a job on the project, and really his career kicked off after that.
Ready to hit the road this summer? It's time to What If It.
Visit whatif.com to plan and book your accommodation, flights, activities, even car hire.
Plus, select hotels are fully refundable. Booking cancellation windows apply.
What if? It's Aussie for travel. Check government advisories before booking and travelling.
We absolutely adore this lady. You can catch her reading the 6pm bulletin over the summer on Channel 7. She's always on Channel 7 anyway, and I tell you what, we got to meet this girl when she was a US correspondent and when she was loose.
Okay, I love that you failed to mention the best bit of this story, that when we actually met in LA at a celebrity junket about to interview people, and I meet you guys, and I'm like, you guys are hilarious, you're such good fun, and you guys are like, so are you. We're quite surprised. We thought you were a grumpy so-and-so. I'm like, what?
That's right. We thought you had resting bitch face. And then we got to know you.
So rude.
And I was like, no, I was just tired permanently for 7 years, because that's what happens when you're a correspondent.
And then we were out for dinner and we went, hang on a minute, this girl's not only great fun, she is wild.
Yeah, because Ange, I reckon it was one of them. Was Ange there at a royal wedding? No.
No, it was The Rock, and we were
Yes.
all sitting outside, and Ange caught you guys doing the nude playing cards to Jabba, and she was horrified, and then you guys realised when she giggled that maybe she had a naughty side as well.
Did
Well,
you
and
end
the
up with
best
a
bit
nude
about
playing
that,
card?
I ended up with the nude playing card. So opening up my notes to interview The Rock,
Yeah.
and this slipped out, and I'm like, they got me. I still got the card because, it was worth looking at too.
Do you know what? And then you met us for a drink. I think we went at the hotel and had a drink after that. But what are the hours? When you're the US correspondent, Ange, when do you have to cross back all the time? What are the hours over there?
It's not too bad when you're actually in the bureau in LA on the West Coast.
Yep.
Sometimes it could be midnight would be the 6 p.m. news. Sometimes it'd be earlier, depending on daylight savings. But when you're on the East Coast, you can be up on some pretty big stories. I remember we were over doing the Boston bombings, and, we didn't sleep for more than 2 hours for 3 weeks because you're servicing all the programs, and then when you guys are sleeping, you're out news gathering, and it's a big story and you don't want to miss a bit of it. So, and I love the opportunities. And back then it was Mike Amor and me, and it was just the two of us. Now they've got a few more people over there, which makes it easier.
Yeah.
But between the two of us, it was, we didn't get
Do
a
you
whole lot of
miss
sleep.
it, though? Do you miss the
I'll
US?
tell you what.
Yeah.
I don't. No, I don't. I mean, I miss the US, but I miss the job. Sometimes I look at, the correspondents over there, and they're all doing an amazing job. And during the whole Trump thing, it was a crazy circus, but also as a journo, it was like gold. And so there were a few times I was like, oh, I miss it a bit. And then other times I'd stop myself and think, okay, how much sleep have they had? They haven't had a meal that requires cutlery for 3 weeks. Like, just calm down.
I'd have resting
remember.
bitch face again.
Just think of the filthy language that would have gone on between Ange and Mike Amor. In the US Bureau off camera.
So just for anyone setting that up, Mike Amor was with Rebecca Madden. They were talking about Djokovic. They thought it was off air. I mean, this happens. God, if some of the stuff that came out that we would talk about during the songs. But Ange, that's in confidence. You think that that's not going out anywhere? Was everyone disappointed when that happened?
I I was really crushed because obviously Mike and I are really good mates, and you know, having been working with him for 7 years in the Bureau, I know he's got a potty mouth. That wasn't a surprise to me. But I was disappointed for him, although, you know, I hate to say it, he was saying what most Australians were thinking. Yeah, no, I texted him in the morning and said, you know, mate, these things happen, you know, hold your chin up. And, you know, I think you were saying what a lot of people were thinking. Sorry it happened to you, though, because it's not fair. And he just wrote back, obviously, he regretted it. He said my potty mouth was always going to get me into trouble at some stage. But I think the reality is it shouldn't have happened. No one wanted it to happen. But reporters and news people, we're not robots. We have
Give us
opinions.
the stuff up from
Our
you,
role,
Ange.
But no, oh gosh. Can you even
us
imagine?
one.
It is quite funny. I don't really have something that happened on camera like that, but I did get to work and I said to my makeup artist, I'm like, oh gosh, if I ever am saying something inappropriate, just remind me of this moment. And she's like, are you kidding me? You're only going to embarrass yourself because you sing so badly while you're getting ready to read news. I'm like, yeah, that's right. I'm just sitting there singing bad 90s tunes and stuff like that. But, you know, during this show, I mean, of course, Mush and I talk to each other and we discuss things. So, yeah, we are being a little bit more careful. But he's not anywhere near as potty mouth as Mike, and he said that already, I think, to you guys.
Well, Ange, we give you free licence to be as potty mouth as you want now because you're up against Matty de Groot. It's the headline off.
Well, Matt de Groot's job is to read out headlines. He's not that great at it, but gets it right sometimes.
Vaping has become a bit of a thing.
Angela Cox is about to rip out his spine. Well, metaphorically, with some headlines.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Ange, have you done it before? Is this your first headline off?
Oh, no, I'm a virgin. Headline offer.
Oh, okay.
Sarah, I know that you're friends with Ange. You've been giggling this whole way through looking at each other. Just call it down the line, mate.
I will be impartial in my judgment, but Ange and I have bonded over the years, so it will be tough for you.
It's a no-brainer already.
Lovely, mate.
All right, Matty de Groot, you're going first. First story, NASA challenges entrepreneurs to design a toilet for the trip to Mars. NASA want to design a toilet for the trip to Mars. Best headline.
Designing a toilet for space could make you famous. Let's just hope the astronauts don't have to explore Uranus. I'm sorry. Very
You really did go gutter.
Yeah.
An actual planet that we will get to one day. All right. Angela Cox, your best headline.
Designing an astronaut's dunny is a big role, but just don't get your space junk caught in the bowl.
Tough. Gonna go Ange.
Oh, shocking.
Ange kicks it off.
If I don't get that one, I don't stand a chance in the rest.
All right, Ange, you're going first here. A toddler accidentally buys $2,000 worth of furniture online. Family not happy. Toddler buys $2,000 worth of furniture online. Best headline.
Spending $2,000 on furniture might seem like a big deal, but for your mate Whip, he'd spend that on one meal.
Yeah! Always good with a whipper sledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matty de Groot, best headline.
Playing in the same space. $2,000's a lot, and this story's not funny unless you're a whip flea and it's your weekly pocket money.
He's cut out at home. This is the best thing. He's got no idea he's getting rid.
All right, that's a draw, that
Yeah.
one. Just two whip flea sledges. It's a draw.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Matty de Groot, you're going first here. Son returns from military service to awkwardly find parents in bed.
Oh, yeah.
This was a surprise that we spoke about the other day. Very funny. Caught his mum and dad in bed after coming home from the military.
The worst place on earth isn't Baghdad. It's coming back home to see your mum shag dad.
I thought you were going to go, it's not Baghdad, but seeing your dad's bag.
That would have been better.
Whipley's back.
Oh, Whip.
Sorry, Mike, you missed a whole set
What
of
did I miss?
sledges against
Something
yourself.
about Dad's bag, yeah?
All right, come on, Ange, to take this out. Bring it home.
From Taliban to Talibum, Army man catches his dad standing to attention.
Don't be distracted by the shouting and enthusiasm.
But it's about the delivery, isn't it? As much that in a
Professional news deliverer there.
in
Maddie.
a shocking decision, the winner is.
Well done, Ange. You can catch
Thank
Ange
you, guys.
every night on Channel 7. Love you, Ange. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks, Ange.
Okay, we need to talk about the standoff in Randwick yesterday. Did anyone hear about this?
No, what happened?
60-year-old bloke, and the neighbours have been getting a little bit worried about him because they've been taking a few videos of him in the backyard with his love of samurai swords. So he's just practicing with his samurai sword in the backyard, Sarah.
Yeah.
I think it was getting a bit out of control, so the cops went around there just to knock on his door. Standoff. Finally got him out about 2 or 3 hours later, but they had to taser him twice. This is what they found in the house.
A charming old home in the heart of Randwick became a dramatic focal point for several hours this morning. It soon became clear why, as police emerged carrying an arsenal of edged weapons, Asian and Oriental swords, a two-handed Excalibur, plus several battle axes and spears among the cache of troubling items.
My God, just a small collection.
Where are you getting battle axes from?
Does he work in props maybe on a film?
Don't know. He
Just a collector?
Just loves his weapons. I mean, you wouldn't want him running out of the house.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I mean, the only time I've held a samurai Fitz is when you and I decided to do real life Fruit Ninja.
That's right.
Down in the park here in Piermont. How long do you reckon that lasted till the police arrived? When some woman was yelling out from an apartment block, "Put the sword down!"
Yeah, that's right. We did too. She did call the cops on us, didn't she?
Oh, my God. Just a couple of blokes swinging samurai swords in the park in Piermont.
He was tasered twice. It's a weird story because his mother was then taken to hospital. She was fine. She was taken to hospital. And then there was 2 dogs. I think there was 2 rabid dogs that were going the cops as well.
Was Mum on the nunchucks or something?
Anyone who was preparing to break into that house is going to be in a fair bit of trouble.
Interesting story here for you kids, which I believe is a little bit Weekend at Bernie's. Unfortunately, a bloke by the name of, here's an unfortunate name, Peter.
Oh, Pete's a great name.
It's not Pete. It's not Pete. It's not Pete.
But you shorten it to Pete.
As in P-E-D-A?
P-E-A-D-A-R.
Peter.
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 Peter. Oh, no, well, it's the same as Peter, but with a D in it.
No, it's more like repeater.
Repeater.
Except
Pete
it's
Repeater.
repeater. But yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad story for Peter. His nephew, they're trying to work out. Here's the controversy with this story. He's passed away. Now, his inheritance lay at, you are able to access the money through the post office. So his nephew has dragged Peter down to the post office, Weekend at Bernie style, sat him in the corner of the room and said, "I'm here with my uncle. I'm here to take his pension," and give it to him so he can go home. Apparently, he sat in the corner of the room. He just had sort of a jumper that was quite high up and a hat which was lower down on his face a little bit, so nobody could see. One of the other people who witnessed the incident said Peter's feet were just dragging along the footpath outside the post office before he was sat in the chair in the corner of the room.
That would be the hardest thing because a limp body is bloody
so
heavy.
Why didn't he put him in a wheelchair and push him around?
That's why Weekend at Bernie's was a bit of a crap movie as well, because there's no way those guys could have had such a good time while lugging Bernie around, poor Bernie, with his feet dragging on the ground the whole time.
God.
They had ropes tied to their hands as if Bernie was waving to people.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I carried a girl, Anna, one time who had far too much to drink, and I knew where she lived, and I carried her back to her house, knocked on the door where her mum and dad were, just to get her home safely. But the weight of a dead body, even the kilos in a floppy head,
I think
is extraordinary.
She was making out she was dead, so she didn't have to hook up with you.
Just wanted to lift home.
Hey, you think about maybe locking lips here, or
she just dropped to the floor.
Oh no, she's dead.
I then got her inheritance. The police and the doctors who have assessed Peter's body have said that he could have been dead for up to 2 days.
Wouldn't he have gone stiff?
No, I don't think your rigor hits that quick, does it?
I don't know, I've been watching a lot of true crime stories.
The rigor mortis.
I suppose it would.
Yeah.
I mean, that would help you if you were dragging your body. You'd want a little bit of stiffness throughout the rig.
Do you know, I do feel like in those 2 days that he was gone, though, the nephew and his mates would have gone, well, we've got to do this. We've got to do it now. The longer we leave it...
It'll start to stink.
Let's just go get the pension.
The nephew, Declan, who has now been arrested, said... Oh, come on, Declan. He said, hang on a minute. I haven't done the wrong thing here. He wanted me to get the pension for him, but he died on the way to the post office.
Oh, right.
How about that festival that you love, Fitz, where they dig the dead bodies back up?
Oh, yeah.
Out of the
Indonesia.
ground.
Yep.
Indonesia. And it's the Festival of the Dead.
Yep.
And then they put them in their favourite clothes or whatever the current trends might be. So there'll be a dead guy who's just sort of,
Here with the trucker's
he's just
cap
rib
on.
and bone. Trucker's cap. He might have a Gucci shirt on, some new undies.
Yeah, Uncle Dave, well, they'll put him in a deck chair with his favourite trucker's hat on, and people, they'll have a Barbie party, and you party around your dead loved ones.
Yeah.
You got them back, and there's a fair bit of rigor mortis with that as well.
Yeah, there'd also be rotting flesh.
Imagine just like you put a fake drink in their hands, you're cheering them. It's a great idea.
Find yourself after a few drinks just chatting away. Next thing you know, you're carrying one of them home.
That first kiss with your partner, I mean, it's something that you remember forever. The thing is, though, it's so awkward because, you know, if you really, really like someone, it's the lead up, you're so nervous, you're clammed up, your hands are sweating, Sarah, you don't know whether to go in,
yep.
do you hit your teeth, what's
Tongue.
the environment like? I always used to like to ask.
Really?
What do you mean?
I thought it was fine just to go, you know what, I've been looking at you all night and all I want to do is kiss you.
It's a bit of a buzzkill, isn't it, when someone asks first, though? It kind of breaks the
it's-
romantic moment.
It's really, you're cutting it in half there. I mean, to have that moment where you just stop, you look at each other, and then all of a sudden your heads just start to turn and your tongue starts to dance, and there's saliva going everywhere, and then the emotions running up and down your body, and you're heating up, and then you're thinking, how quick can we get back to my place?
Well, BJ and I actually fell off her bed.
Did you?
And
She pushed you.
I actually made out that there was I'd hurt my back. She goes, "Are you all right? You all right?" And while she was down there, I said, all I've wanted to do was to kiss you for so long. And that's how it started.
That's quite cute.
But I've got a broken back.
I faked an injury. So you can just crack my back. Can you just step on it for me? Roger Federer, he loves Australia so much. And I know obviously he's had a lot of success here with tennis. But the other reason as well is that he plays a big part when he first met his wife, Miroslava. They call her Mirka Federer. And I didn't know that she was a tennis player as well. Did anyone know that?
Yeah, right.
For Switzerland. Okay, so here's some audio when they first started sort of seeing each other. They played a Hopman Cup in Perth, and you can tell how smitten she was with Roger.
People here are very nice, so...
Is the guy you're with, is he very nice?
Yeah, he's very nice.
Oh, so
That's
when
lovely.
It's not boring, Sarah.
It sounded like it. He's a very nice. Yes, he is. Please, it's Roger Federer.
High five.
High five.
So anyway, that was in the Hopman Cup. But at the Sydney 2000 Olympics, they came here representing Switzerland and they played at the Olympics, right? And this was when they first started courting each other. And Roger goes on and said, all I wanted to do was kiss her, but I just couldn't find the right moment. So he said, stuff it, I'm going to do it now. He kissed her in a dormitory full of wrestlers.
Oh, my God.
Nice.
Okay.
How much?
What, they gathered round or what? They were just sort of in the half Nelson?
So everyone was just in their dorms preparing for their event at the Sydney Olympics. And he just said, this is a beautiful romantic moment and I'm going to kiss Mirka right here.
Wow. And that was the start of it. I think everybody remembers how nervous they were before their first kiss, whether it was your first kiss ever or with your partner. But that first kiss ever, and you don't know what to do with your tongue, you're worried about sloppiness. It's really nerve-wracking, isn't it?
It is. It's full on. Tori in Bondi, where did you have your first kiss, Tori?
I was in year 7, had just started high school, and we had a dance with an all-boys school. And anyway, I was having the time of my life, socialising, lots of boys, and they cleared like a dance circle sort of thing in the middle of the dance floor.
No.
And I got pushed into it. I'm literally probably about 11 years old, no idea what I'm doing.
Okay.
I get, pushed in with a big year 12 boy.
Oh.
So I'm like, I'd never kissed anyone before, no idea what I'm doing, and everyone's watching and cheering, and he just leans in for it, and I'm doing that awkward little laugh giggle, and so I like hit him with my front teeth, and then everyone sort of just laughed and like went back into dancing, and I was mortified and never wanted to kiss anyone again.
Oh, that is...
Oh, no. Have you recovered now, though, Tor?
Oh, look, I'm just past my fear of kissing. So it's taken a while, I'll tell you.
We had our Year 7 graduation, and everyone, they roped off an area in the corner of the room so the teachers couldn't see. This was in the gym. And you would go over there with your girlfriend, and everyone would gather around, and they would count as you would kiss. 1, 2, 3, 4, just to see how long you could go for.
What was the
Oh,
record?
man, I had low tide, so I had like spit on the side of my mouth. And I just couldn't, I had no saliva because I was so nervous with Kate Ridley.
Oh, that's just a
And
horrible
I'm
visual.
just, I could hear people going, suck her brains out. And I'm going, I'm not
Oh,
doing
no.
that. This is supposed to be romantic.
Oh, I've got clag mouth.
Steph in Hurstville, what was your awkward first kiss?
I worked at KFC and we had like a KFC romance. I was like, I don't know, like 13 or 14.
Yeah.
And I was so like just obsessed with this guy in his little KFC uniform, and I asked if he could get me the Coke out of the cool room. Oh, and he just like pulled me like near all of the drinks and just stuck his tongue down my throat, and I just like froze. Like, how cringe is that?
Steph, did it go... Was it just the one kiss, or did it happen again?
Oh, no, that was just like the once, and then he just like grabbed the drinks for me and then like continued like nothing could ever happen, and I was just like, what do I do now?
Oh, you would have been on cloud 9, Steph. That's all.
I went, so my best friend picked me up afterwards and we drove to like a hill in Wollongong.
Yep.
And I screamed because I was so excited.
Oh, that is just grease everywhere. The smell of chicken. All
Good nuggets.
The taste of zinger on your lips.
Yeah.
Sarah in Huxton Park, what was your awkward first kiss?
It was a clown at the circus.
Oh, you're kidding me. How did that happen?
I got called up on stage and then, had to do all the, like a dance or something like that. And then he held me back and then just planted one on me.
Oh, you're...
And I just didn't know what to do.
You're
On stage?
What kind of boy I like.
How old were you, Sarah?
The late bloomer, 23.
23?
Did you have
All right, well-
clown makeup all over your mouth as a consequence?
Maybe I didn't look. I was too mortified.
There's a big difference between Robbie Williams performing She's the One
And a
and
carny.
dragging you up on stage, and then
Bozo.
Bongo, who decides to put his juggling sticks down and calls you up on stage to make out with him. Very big
Wow.
difference, Steph. Wrong, Sarah, wrong show.
Juggled with your tongue there by the sounds of it, Sarah.
Let me sing that song. Song.
Song, guys. Very simple. One word into a song. You know how this game is played. Last week, outstanding performance by Sarah and McGilvray.
No.
You are
no.
the reigning...
No.
What?
I am keeping a scoreboard, and I will keep a scoreboard, and it is currently Tom 1 after winning Song, Sarah 1 after winning Riddle. That is the scoreboard for 2022.
Well done.
Scoreboard de Groot
Yes.
is on as we stream live on the Fitzy and Whipper Facebook page. I'm enjoying this. Thank you, Stats Man.
Matt the scoreboard.
Yeah, it doesn't
every
really
club
roll off the
needs
tongue, does
Stats
it?
Man. Here we go, guys. You can't go out on the first round. This is a warm-up round. I wish you all of you luck for song. The word is beautiful.
You're
Beautiful day.
Sarah, Matt.
Fun.
Beautiful girls, Bruno Mars,
yeah.
B.O.B.
Tom, welcome. Ryan James.
You are so
Oh, yeah.
Joe Cocker.
for me.
What a
Can't
song.
you see?
Well done, guys.
Yes, good song.
That is how it's played. Very, very simple. You're all through to the next round. Here we go. The word is like.
Do you like me?
No.
Yes, Sarah.
No,
yes.
that's not a song.
Okay.
Yes, it
It's not
is.
an actual song.
Baby, I like
That's
it.
a song.
Nipple.
Man, I feel like a woman.
I like it.
You make me feel like dancing.
Yes.
I like the way you move.
yes.
Rogue Traders? No.
No, Shapeshifters, wasn't it? Or
Shapeshifters.
I like the. No, it was an Australian band. I like the way you move.
Who was that again?
things.
Was it Rogue Traders? Maybe it was.
No.
No, they performed for us at Bondi, North Bondi.
Body
RSL
Rockers.
tour. Body Rockers.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Well,
far.
which was our wedding song.
Love the
people
Body
know that.
Rockers. So we welcome everybody through to round 3. Congratulations. The word is long.
Long
song.
The long and winding
Yes, Matt de
road.
Groot.
The long and winding road. Was
Yes,
that,
Tom. De Groot had long.
Close, long. You are so long. Long. I long for you. I long for the
long way.
We are
Long for your touch.
long way.
Sarah Ann McGilvray.
What's that from?
It's from
Your touch to me. Yeah, Unchained Melody.
Unchained Melody, Righteous
Yeah.
Brothers.
It felt like a sentence if you threw it out there. Yeah.
What was yours again, De Groot?
Look, it's a stretch, but the Dutch way you sing Happy Birthday is long song saleva, long live your life. And I would say that if Happy Birthday could get in, the Dutch version should be.
I thought you had a la 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 long, a la la la.
But did they say long in that?
Long, long,
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, that's what I had, mate. You let me through, don't worry about it.
No, that song's
The
a bit
Dutch
iffy, isn't it?
version of Happy Birthday has been played. De Groot, you are through to the next round.
Thank you.
As we say farewell to Ryan James, who drops his head into his hands, disgusted by the game.
What Dutch song will be next?
DJ
The
Aussie.
oven.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Next word, put it into a song, is sad.
Would you accept Summertime Sadness?
No, that's sadness, Tom.
Damn it.
No, Tom.
Okay. La 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 la.
Don't be an a-hole, Tommy.
Does anybody have the word?
Everyone's
It's
out.
a sad.
Everyone's
It's
out.
a sad word.
Should have taken sadness,
It's
mate.
bad. No, it's bad.
Sad
through
song,
the
Elton
next-
John.
Oh.
Ryan, if you were playing, you would be accepted and you would be the winner. But you are not. We move on to the
no
next
winner.
one.
Everyone's
No,
out.
there is a winner. We move on to the next one. Here we go. The word is, on the topic, win or winner.
Sing when you're winning. Oh, different.
I want to win,
Winning.
no matter what.
Winning.
What's that?
Is it Kanye? I want to win, no matter what. It's a song. I guarantee you.
I
It's,
feel like that's a Dutch happy
it's
birthday right
absolutely not a Dutch happy birthday.
That's
Let
a
her
Dutch
just put
oven.
win in there. It just plays it a lot.
Thomas Bryan, are you there?
No, I didn't
Sarah
get that.
Ann, Matt de Groot. We're going to do a check on.
Just
What
type
did
it-
you say was
just type it,
Kanye
I want to
West?
win, no matter what. And then
I wanna win.
I mean, that's about it. It's a
Is
sports
it-
pump-up song.
Is it Dutch?
It is not Dutch. No, this one is.
It is. No.
It is. It's a
No.
song.
No.
Win.
There's DJ Khaled, All I Do Is Win, featuring T-Pain, Ludacris, and
Yeah,
Snoop
that
Dogg.
one. There you
Oh,
go.
get off it, Matt.
That's the song. I was singing that song.
Hey,
Full of it.
stats man, mark down 1 to de Groot. You've just won songs.
Thanking you.
Told you about this, but over the holidays I got a phone call from my son, very excited. Oh my gosh, Dad, you would not believe it. I have found this rare $2 coin from 1988. Now, in 1987 and 1988, some $2 coins were stamped with a tiny branding of HH on them. Now, HH stands for Horst Hahn. He was the Royal Australian Mint chief engraver at the time, and that's when the coins were first introduced. So if you go to Google and you put in $2 coin, HH, there's a story that comes up from Channel 7, says check your change, $2 coin with little known symbol now selling for thousands, right?
Amazing.
Huey's freaking out going, oh my gosh, what am I going to spend it on? You know, I'm going to spend it on a new microphone, a new Rode microphone. Am I going to do this? I'm going to do that. And then we went and checked out the story, and there's a name for people that collect these coins.
Each coin is different, so if you find something weird on it, then, it's always worth going, hey, does anybody else have this?
That's one of our pastimes, is going through coins and sorting through them and getting all excited when we're finding more than the other one.
The technical term is noodling.
Noodling.
So
Okay, noodling.
I thought
Is
it might-
Huey on TikTok, Fitz?
Yes, he
Because
does.
there's it's a massive community, and these people will take all their hard earned. They'll go and swap their money for coins from the bank, and they'll sit there and spend their afternoons unpeeling barrels of coins.
Yeah, it's called noodling.
And going through each coin individually.
I honestly thought it'd be quite a few years yet before I catch Huey noodling in his room, but
Anytime now.
But he's got this coin, right? And he's like, Dad. And I said, look, I don't know. I've gone on to eBay, Sarah. And there are some coins, $2 coins with a HH symbol. Some of them, the one's here $6,000. There's another one here for $7,000. And there's another one here, a guy said $10,000 or nearest offer. You can make an offer. So I'm going, okay, mate, let's do it. So we did it yesterday. Let's go to the antique coin dealer, right? And he was really nervous. I was holding his hand. He was a bit clammy, going, "Oh my God, this is it." And you walk in there, and there's a couple of oldies there with their old coins and stuff. And I said, "Well, let Dad." He said, "I don't want to talk." He realised that the kids are onto me now, recording on my phone. I can't get away with anything. So he said, "Dad, you do it. You do it." This is what happened. Probably get quite a few requests for these, but we just wanted to get this one checked out, if that's okay.
The HH?
The HH.
Yeah, how do I put it? Is it all of $2, dude?
No.
Do not buy the yacht yet.
Oh, if only you could have seen his face.
Oh,
no.
But what are the people on eBay doing with the HH at $6,000, $7,000, $10,000?
See, the thing is, on eBay, they're everywhere, right? And every now and then you'll get one for $5,000, $10,000, but a majority of them are selling for $8. You can get one here for $7, $6, Sarah.
Well, even those people are making a killing, considered it is a $2 coin.
You get free.
You get 4 times your money.
That's
you
right.
get free postage though, as well, which is a good deal.
Okay.
But I don't know where this has come from. Like, it's crazy how someone has started this story, and now everyone who gets a HH $2 coins thinks they're rich.
Please, this is no different to the gold ushy. $10,000 for a bit of rubber. No.
Don't let him give up, Fitz. He needs to focus on his noodling and really get into it. Crank it right up. Leno, if you can fire off some emotional music. I just want the team to get around one of our members this morning who, in recent times, not only once but twice, has been confused for the opposite sex. It's not hard to work out who I'm talking about here because he looks actually identical to his mother-in-law. But Tom Ivey, once again,
you don't need to do this. You don't need to do it.
Himself caught out. Tom, it must be hard when you're wanting to be yourself, and we all accept you for who you are, and we've loved you through the big days, through the thinner days, through sort of the middle-aged female days,
what a guy.
to now sort of that Jeffrey Rush, Julie Goodwin look. We were away one time and we were walking through and we said to one of the staff members at this establishment, if you were to say, this man looks like a celebrity, who would it be? And she said Judith Lucy.
Yeah.
Almost identical.
It's your hair. It's the hair that stands out, Tommy. You know, like it's curly,
the hair.
it's salt and pepper.
It's the big lips.
It's long. The other thing as well, not many people know, but Tom has never had a clean shave. For how many years now, Tom?
We're now 15 years, Fitz, for
15
a clean
And is
shave.
that why,
Yeah.
Tommy, to try and help point out to people your gender?
It wasn't no, it's just because I liked a bit of stubble, but it certainly helps. A beard does help to identify me as a man.
What about like your kid's wedding, Tom? Like, I mean, a very important day. Like when your child gets married for the first time, you'd have to have a clean shave,
Yeah,
wouldn't you?
I should have a clean shave and a haircut. No, I think, and Whips, I believe there've been 2 instances recently which you want to refer to.
Doesn't help that you're a tucker either, the old man Gina. But the first one, Tommy,
Well, that
talk
seems
us through.
that does seem attacking. I'll stop you there.
And how would you know, you serial pest?
Went away for the weekend. I saw everything says.
No, you will.
Oh God, on
Absolutely.
the boys' trip. I thought it was a boys' trip, but Tommy, what are we talking about?
2022, dude.
Yeah, man.
What did we talk about when you went to
try.
the bathroom
I'm out
the
of
other
it.
day?
The other day, yes, I did go to the cafe. And we do have a fair few calls, actually, so maybe I'm not alone. But the other day I was at a cafe and I asked the waitress for the key to the toilet. You know how some cafes you have to get a key to the toilet. And she came back and handed me the ladies' key. Key to the ladies' toilet. And I was sort of I wasn't, because this is the second time it's happened to me, so I wasn't sure, so I didn't question it. I was like, I'll just go to the ladies. And
what?
So
Just
I went,
check on my cameras. Check on the cameras I installed a couple of days ago.
You know, the one in the fan.
Battery life no good on the GoPro. But and then so I went to the ladies. I used the ladies.
You did go to the ladies.
There were no other ladies in there. At the time, it was a single
That's
toilet.
gross.
But then I heard a hello, and there was a woman out the front waiting to use the ladies, and she was not. She sort of shook her head as I emerged from the ladies' toilet. But
And did you go, thank you?
Don't worry, she wasn't confused. She thought you were a woman as well, Tom.
no.
So out of pride and respect for yourself, you didn't want to say to the person in the cafe, I'm actually a man. Could I have the key to the men's?
I didn't want to have to sort of mutter the sentence, I'm a man, I deserve the man's key.
You've got quite a deep voice as well. Maybe you've got to use that more. Just go,
Yeah.
hey, yo, what up?
I mean, you know
Can I go to the
Hemsworth.
toilet?
Is he Alf?
Yeah,
From Melmac.
Here, kitty,
Here,
kitty.
kitty,
So,
kitty, kitty.
and what happened the other day, Tommy, in the store with Inga?
Inga, my wife, and I were in Seed and shopping, and we.
You're not trying again, are you?
No.
Gross. Was waiting for that.
The sales assistant came up behind Inga and I, so we had our backs turned, and she said, is there anything I can help you ladies with?
Oh, no.
And that moment of, do I turn around and face the sales assistant and she'll see that I am a man, or do I just sort of not turn? And I chose to sort of, bury my head in the array of blouses and not turn
weird.
around
That's
and
weird
face
in
the...
You would look good in Seed.
Tommy, the shop
it's not
assistants would have thought mother and daughter. They would have thought mother and daughter. Oh, this is great. There's been a child. Inga's had a child, and Grandma's here to help pay for some of the clothes. Oh, Granny.
Well, it didn't help. I was tucking at the time, I suppose. So I think but no, it wasn't great. It wasn't great, and I don't recommend it to anyone.
Can we go to Michelle in Chipping Norton? Were you always mistaken for a boy, Michelle?
I was, yes. Growing up, I had tight curly hair, so that the thought that, it's usually associated with the men, the long lashes and the blue eyes. And quite often I was mistaken for a young boy. And I remember growing up thinking, I can't wait for the day that I get older and get boobies, and no one will ever mistake me again for another boy.
Did you?
So everything's fine now?
Oh, everything's fine now.
Did you get a lot of mate, Michelle, from people going, thanks, mate, or...
I got lad, based on my age, so it was lad, a young lad. So, yes, very, very annoying, very frustrating.
Oh, God, Michelle, thank God for boobs.
Jim in Smithfield, when were you mistaken for a woman?
Oh, mine was a while ago, mate. It was about 25 years ago. I used to have hair down to my shoulder. And I was in a supermarket, and this old guy's saying, excuse me, ma'am, and I'm just ignoring it because it's coming from behind. This guy tapped me on the shoulder, and I turned around, I had a goatee. The guy almost had a heart attack. He would have been about 85 years old.
Great.
Awesome, Jim.
Jasmine's giving us a call from Kingsford. How old are you, Jasmine?
I'm 11.
You're 11 years of age. Okay, well, so what's happening with you?
I cut my hair really short because, my long hair was annoying me. And the first time I got called a boy, I was out biking, and a little kid said, excuse me, dude. And then I turned around because I didn't think he was talking to me. And then he said to me, oh, wait, you're not a dude.
You're not a dude.
Oh,
cute.
that can happen. Especially when you're younger, it happens more.
Did it hurt your feelings, Jasmine?
No, I think it's, funny because I think, people's reactions when I say, oh, I'm a girl, it's they're either sorry or, confused.
Yes. I know it's going.
So
it's just,
true.
It's running
So
with a
true.
dude or a mate or even a ma'am. Ma'am is another big one as well
Ma'am.
for an older
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to cut it out. Just say.
Tommy, the
"Excuse-"
fishnet stockings don't
No,
help to either time.
no, I don't dress up. It's just an unfortunate
You've got to
occurrence.
put, Tommy, the photo of your mother-in-law and yourself
Oh,
from
yeah.
behind
Oh,
is
yeah.
exactly the
Yeah.
same. Same body
Identical.
type, same hair. It's crazy.
Same body
Same
type.
body
You don't have the same body type. You're tall
It's
with
the
broad
hips.
shoulders.
Sense.
This is ridiculous.
It's boobs. It's everything.
Well
it's
done.
beautiful.
Thanks for your support this morning,
worries.
guys.
No worries, mates.
Where's Sarah?
Sarah the Awera.
He's a very nice. Yes, he is. Yes, I can't remember what we were talking about.
That was, I mean, Sarah did half an hour of Borat impressions today on the show, and I loved
missed
it.
Yeah,
I
6
didn't
till
want it-
7 as Borat.
Didn't want it to end.
Guys, Abby has emailed the show. She says, "Hi Sarah, I'm 17 and have been applying for part-time jobs so I don't have to keep asking my mum for cash. I've been rejected 5 times now though. Turns out mum has been calling the places and telling them I no longer wish to apply, and then she'll tell me that they called and said I didn't get the job. When I confronted her, she said she didn't want me to have the job because then she'd have no one to hang out with.
Oh, no.
What do I do, Abby?
This is sad. I think it happens with mums a lot more than dads. But, you know, because you know what? I'm actually looking forward to that sort of time when the boys grow up a little bit. They're more a bit independent and we can go and travel a little bit more. Whereas
Start your life again.
BJ is like, no, I don't want the boys to leave. They can be 35 and still living at home.
Whoa, you'll take that back, BJ.
Absolutely
Yeah, but I had a
no
friend
chance.
who was oh god, what is she now? She's probably 40, still lives with her mum, and I think that plays a big part in the fact that she hasn't found anybody yet.
Yeah. Well, you're
It's
not
like,
going
oh,
to
what do you
meet
do? I
someone.
live with my mum.
Yeah,
The
it's
next
hard.
thing you know, it's like having 5 cats.
I think it's different when you're 17, though, and you're trying to just earn some cash and make yourself a little bit independent. But I guess she's never going to get that time back, so just spend it with your mum. You don't need to go clean the popcorn machine at Hoyt's just yet.
Bit of a dog act by the mum, though, to go and ruin her job
It
chances.
feels like an immature approach from mum. Why you wouldn't just talk about it?
I mean, someone who loves working at the cinema says, would you coach her through the popcorn machine?
Well, that was
and
me.
the
I was. That's
choc-top
why.
fridge and-
Yeah, absolutely. Doing choc tops is great. Lollies, when people buy too many and say, "Actually, I didn't want that many pick and mix," and
Right,
you
yeah,
get to empty
okay.
them out
It's
in
not
a
worth
tub
it.
and sit out the back and eat them. Yeah.
Did you steal a few pick and mix yourself?
Yeah, well, because when someone says I only want $5 worth and you go, well, this weighs $10 worth, you can't put them back in the individual thing. So you put
So
them in
you
this
had
big
to.
communal tub.
Wow.
Yeah, and then you sit out the back. I don't think that's how it's supposed to happen.
Oh, the big trough.
All right,
Yep.
Tony's giving us
Thanks,
a call from
mate.
Newport. Your thoughts, Tone?
I think she should probably ring her mother's workplace and get her fired. See how she likes.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, fight fire with fire.
Say that mum's sleeping with the boss there or something like that and really get her back.
That sounds like a good
Tony-
idea.
Tony, have you ever been sacked?
No, I haven't.
No, good girl,
Well, there's
Tone.
always today, Tom.
Well, not what we've
Well done.
heard. We've had a pretty
Okay.
checkered past in our book, Tone.
I'd say so.
Well done on Dance Monkey too. It was awesome. Hey, is that it?
I'd say so. I reckon it doesn't get better than that.
Is that it?
The Fitzy and Whipper Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.